Hi there. How are you? Great. Glad to hear it. Now, what can I do for you today? Okay. And do you have an appointment with us or are you a walk-in? An appointment? Okay, perfect. And can I get your name then? Yes, we were expecting you. Now, you said on the phone that this is your first time here, correct? Okay, well, we're glad to have you here. In that case, would you mind if I start a file on you? Yeah, I'd just like to take some information and type it up into the computer. Okay, perfect. Now, I already have your first name. Can I start by getting your last name? And how is that spelled? Okay. And a number where I can reach you. All right. And is there an email address that you would mind providing? Yeah, I promise we won't spam you or anything like that. Just a few emails a year. Okay. All right. And your birth month. That's just because we send you a 50% off coupon during the month of your birth. Yeah, it's a great deal. Well, we look forward to seeing you then too. Okay, and just a few more questions. Can I get your skin type? Like dry, combination, oily, sensitive? Okay. And do you have any allergies we should know about? Okay, good to know. And let me think. Anything else? Is there anything else we should know? No? Okay. Well, what brings you in here today? All right, yeah, we can do that for you. I look forward to it. All right, well, I think that concludes our information gathering. In that case, are you ready to get started? Okay, perfect, me too. Now, I recommend, first of all, starting off with a nice makeup bag. If you don't have one, I would definitely recommend getting one. I was gifted this one from a friend, but I would pick one up, especially if you're going to be traveling a lot. It's a really good investment. All right. Now, let me see. First of all, I want to start out by ensuring that your skin is nice and cleansed before we apply any makeup. Just giving you a nice fresh base. Sound good? Okay, perfect. So in that case, I'm going to get some of these cotton rounds. And they're nice and soft, really good for sensitive skin. And then I'm going to take some of this cleanser. Now, don't worry if you have any oily skin, this one is oil free, so it won't cause a problem with that. Now I'm just going to get a small dab onto the cotton round. I don't want to get you all sudsy or anything crazy like that. I just want a really light cleanse. Now I'm going to spritz some water. There we go. Get that nice and wet. And I'm going to start off by your forehead, just lightly swiping, and work my way down towards your chin. Swipe, 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 swipe. Gonna get the nose where lots of oil tends to collect. Swipe, 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 along the jawline. And then I'm going to go under and get your neck as well. And behind your ears. Lots of dirt tends to collect there. There we go. And then I'm going to grab another cotton pad and some water. Just spraying this with water. Okay, now that that's nice and wet, I'm going to just wipe it all off. There we go. Perfect. Now, the next step, now that we have that all done, is I would like to apply some primer for you. Now, what this is going to do is this is going to ensure that your makeup stays all day long and all night. And it's also going to provide some moisturization for your skin as well. Okay, now I just washed my hands, so do you mind if I use my fingers to apply it? Okay, great. Just gonna get a very small amount. We don't need much. Just a light dot on my finger, and then I'm gonna tap it on. Tap, 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 okay, there we go. Now the next step is foundation. Now most of the products I'm using today are drugstore products. Now you don't have to stick to drugstore products if you don't want to, but I like to use them because not every client that I have can afford to spend $50 per item. By the time that you have your whole makeup kit, it just really adds up. I know, it can be ridiculous sometimes. Okay, so this one right here is a full coverage foundation, and you start by shaking it up. You want to make sure that it hasn't separated at all. And then you want a good makeup sponge. Now this I also got from the drugstore, but oftentimes I find that they are overpriced, but if you keep your eye out, you'll find a good deal on one. Now I'm going to start by spritzing this. I want to get it a little bit damp first. There we go. That just helps it to blend out more. And then I'm going to put just one drop, one squirt, one full pump. That's what I mean to say, one full pump of the foundation onto the sponge. And then I am going to dab 4 dots, one onto your forehead, your cheeks, and your chin. And then I'm going to start by doing some strokes, some swiping, and getting it into all the nooks and crannies. Swipe, 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 swipe. And then I'm gonna blend it into your neck as well, down your jawline and into your neck. A lot of people just take their makeup right down to here, but that can give a harsh line. You really want to blend it and make it a smooth transition into your neck. Okay, now that that's done, the next phase, I am going to use a Fill and Fluff eyebrow pencil. And the reason I like to do the eyebrows next is just because it gives your face some definition and some shape, and really so that kind of sets the canvas, sets the tone for the rest of your look. Okay, great. So let's start with the inner portion of your eyebrows, and I'm doing slight small strokes following the natural direction of the hair, and then to the outer corners of the eyebrows. I'm starting with light application and then getting it heavier as I go towards the outer corners. The other side. There we go. And a good tip for doing your eyebrows, especially if they're sparse and you're really having to draw your own shape, is that you can follow the line, the natural line between the inner corner of your nose through the pupil, and then that will draw a line directly to the corner of the arch, where you want your arch to be. If your arch is too inwards or too outwards, it can drastically affect the shape of your face in not so pleasant of a way. And then next, because we want it to be natural, this comes with a nice brush. Perfect for fluffing out and blending, especially around the inner portions in the center of your eyebrows. There we go. It's nice and soft. Alright. Next, I'm going to do your eyeshadow. But first, I want to start out with a primer. Now, I know I said that I'm using mostly drugstore products, but I lucked out and I have a travel size of this Urban Decay eyeshadow potion primer. It is perfect for making sure that you have lots of longevity for your eyeshadow. So I'm going to wipe this along your eyelids. There we go, perfect. Now, let me collect my eyeshadow brushes. I have 3 different brushes that I like to use. And I have a palette here. It is a nude edition palette. This one I got from Winners, and it was only $7.99, but it comes with 9 amazing colors, different shades of brown. So I'm going to start with this eyeshadow brush here, and I'm going to get some of this shimmery brown, dab it in there, and then apply that to the center portion of your lids. There we go. Perfect. And then I have an angled brush right here that I'm going to blend a reddish brown in with this medium brown and apply that to the inner corners of your eyelids, blending it in towards the brown that we applied previously. There we go. And next, I'm going to use this dark brown called Edge and put it on the outer corners. Again, blending into the medium brown. There we go. And next I'm going to move on to my favorite brush, the fluffy blending brush. This one's the softest brush and the most rounded. And I am going to take some of this color, this light brown, and apply it from the crease of your eye almost up towards your eyebrow. I'm using looser strokes for this one. It doesn't have to be completely perfect. It'll look perfect even if you don't do a perfect job. This is a really neutral color, so you almost can't even see it. Next, I'm going to go in with a shade called Honey, and I'm going to apply honey color right in the crease of your eyelids using some nice circular motions. There we go. Alright, and then I'll wipe that shade off, and then I'm going to go in with the lightest color in the palette called Focus. It's an off-white color, and I am going to put it right underneath your eyebrow for some highlight and a little dab in the inner corners of your eye. There we go. Now that concludes the eyeshadow. Next, what I would like to do is I would like to do your contour. And the reason that I do the contour next is because if you were to do it first and then you got any fallout, it would be really hard to get rid of it, but you can cover up any fallout by doing your contour on top and your highlight on top. So first I'm just going to ensure that you don't seem to have much fallout, but I just want to give it a light wipe right under your eyes to catch any eyeshadow that may have fallen. Now I'm going to be using this ELF Cream Contour Palette. It comes with a nice mirror inside and 4 different shades, perfect for any skin tone. And we're going to start off with the lightest tone for the highlight and start at the inner corner of the eye and then go downwards besides the nose and sideways under the eyelid, and then make a nice triangle shape right there. And the other side. Perfect. And then I'm going to go in and grab some more, do a bit on the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, and dot on the chin. Perfect. Now I'm going to get another brush and go in with the lightest brown. I want it to be nice and subtle, and I'm just going to get you to smile for me. Perfect. And I'm going to go into that natural line right there and give one side, the other side, and then I'm going to take my finger and just tap it out lightly. Blend, 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 blend. Perfect. Now, I'm not going to go in with any other contouring beside the nose or anything like that. You can if you want to, but I'm going for a lot more natural of a look with your face base for today. Now, next I'm going to finish up with your eyes. So let's start out with the eyeliner. I'm going to be using today Wet n Wild H2O proof, so waterproof liquid eyeliner. Get it nice and wet. And then dab off any excess. And then I'm going to start by doing some nice, gentle, careful strokes from the inner corner outwards into the wing and the next side. There we go. Perfect. Next, I have also another Urban Decay product. This one is called Cannonball, and the shopkeeper told me that they were having a hard time keeping it on the shelves because they were just completely selling out. This is a very popular mascara, but if you can't afford this, please feel free to get a drugstore version. So if you could look slightly down for me. Perfect. And then I'm going to brush, 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 brush. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to set your makeup with if I can find it here. Here we go. A mineral matte finishing powder. And I want to make sure there isn't too much up on top, so I'm going to tap it into the bottom portion. And then take the fluffy powder brush, dab it in lightly. You don't want too much excess powder like that, so you just tap it and get the excess to fall down. And then I'm going to start with your forehead and brush, 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 brush. This is going to absorb any oil that you collect throughout the day. So I'm going to make sure that I definitely apply some on your nose. It's going to give you a matte finish throughout the day, all the way down to your neckline. Perfect. Getting some everywhere. Alright, perfect. Now we just have 2 more steps. The second last step is to put some lipstick on, and I'm going to give you the same shade that I'm wearing because I gave you a very neutral look and I want you to have some form of pop on your face. I'm going to give you a bit of a color pop with this red called Cherry Skies. This nice liquid suede lipstick. And I'm going to go on over the Cupid's bow. Okay. Down to the corners. And then on the bottom lip. And then if you could just pucker them for me. Perfect. Now last but not least, I want to set your makeup with some ELF Makeup and Mist set to ensure that your makeup lasts all day and night. So I'm going to move your hair aside and just do some light spritzing, okay? Perfect. And the other side. On top, your forehead, and your chin. Okay, perfect. Alright, now do you want to see how you look? Alright, there you go. You can look in the mirror there. Alright, you like it? Perfect. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Is there anything else I can do for you today? No? Alright, well, I hope you liked your service and I look forward to seeing you again. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.